The 75th chapter of the Boruto manga was a total banger, not only because of its marvelous reveals, but also because of the glimpse of future that has brought us closer to the time skip. Keep in mind that this flash forward sequence that Momoshiki made Boruto witness is very similar to the one that I mentioned in my previous videos. So let's dive into the mind-boggling stuff of this chapter to solve the notorious time skip mystery. The chapter starts off with Amado explaining Aida and Daemon's abilities, and we get to know some new information including the age of Aida. Amado also explains the mechanism behind Daemon's special power. The cyborg kid needs to be touching another person in order to activate his reflection ability. Also, the person in contact of Daemon will also gain this reflection power. This should explain why Code was able to deflect Kawaki's attack in chapter 66 by just holding Daemon. A person having solid battle tactics can use this ability of Daemon in a battle for their own benefit, even if he is opposing the cyborg kid. Amado even warns against attacking Daemon with murderous intent, cause that shall be reflected too. This means that Daemon currently holds the most frightening ability in all of Boruto. The Code War that's about to happen could make Daemon a prominent asset to the Leaf Village. Back in the chapter, Kawaki tried testing Daemon's ability and got hit in the face really hard. The Demon Child can reflect attacks even if the opponent intends to attack him without actually hitting him. By keeping this in mind, the only possible way to counter Daemon would be to make him fall into some kind of trap, a sealing jutsu or some form of genjutsu. It will be interesting to see who's gonna bring an end to the most annoying yet broken character of Boruto in the future. Amado further reveals the source of the duo's broken abilities. It is revealed that Amado did not create these powers himself, but extracted them from some other source into the bodies of the siblings. And this source were the remains of an Otsutsuki who had turned into a godlike being by devouring planets and eating chakra fruits over a millennia. The name of this celestial being was Shibai Otsutsuki, who reached the stature of an Otsutsuki god by the method explained by Shiki earlier in the series. It is believed that Shibai repeatedly used karmic resurrections to bypass death, and there came a time when he achieved godhood through his hard work. The Otsutsuki god is said to be not present in this realm anymore, and the source used by Amado to obtain his powers were just his remains. This vital information proves that the capability of Amado is beyond science, and he can easily provide some super power-ups to the Hokage and the others with the remains of Shibai. He might even transplant some of Boruto and Kawaki's powers, but I don't think that's gonna be the case, since the noose of suspicion is still hanging on Amado, which could take the series into a totally unexpected direction. However, if Amado is truly on Konoha's side, then there is no way he won't be giving some new power-ups to Team 7 and all the other important characters to have their power levels on par with Boruto and Kawaki. Shibai in his god form can possess 3 dojutsus, explaining this depiction of an Otsutsuki god, which portrayed the prowess that a being can hold upon reaching this stature. Many believe Shibai's eye is the jogan, since it was shown in the Otsutsuki god depiction earlier in the manga. I also believe so, but it's not necessary for Boruto's jogan to specifically have some ties with this divine being. There could be some other Otsutsuki god in the universe who will grant this power to him, or it could be even the spirit of Shibai that might return sometime in the future. If that would be the case, then Shibai Otsutsuki definitely must have some link with Toneri, since he is the only one who knows about Boruto's jogan. This explains how Urashiki recognized Boruto's jogan, as it could be the common shinjutsu among the Otsutsukis who reached the god form, and maybe some Otsutsuki god bestowed this power into Boruto in an attempt to fulfill the purpose of enlightening the universe from the forthcoming darkness. Subscribe for more jogan theories in the future. Talking about the abilities, the Otsutsuki god is said to be able to use Shinjutsu. Shinjutsu, which translates to divine arts, completely change everything we know about the power dynamic of Naotoverse. Shinjutsu is what every chakra-based ability stems from. Ninjutsu is merely a scaled-down version of Shinjutsu. It is an ability that makes anything that feels realistically impossible a reality. As for Shibai, he could roar to create thunderbolts, and a mere swung of his arm was enough to lead to a storm. Amado even says that in addition to Aida and Daemon's abilities, Code's claw marks and Kawaki's Jojutsu powers also fall in this category. By transplanting the broken powers of Shibai into Aida and Daemon, he was able to grant them access to some of his abilities. The problem arises with Aida's love ability, which should have also been a Shinjutsu if Amado's confession is 100% true. But later on in the chapter, when Momoshiki talks to Boruto through some telepathic link, he confirms that he has never heard of an enchanting Shinjutsu before, so chances are Amado's statements are unreliable, and he used some other mysterious source to grant Aida the love power. Here's where things get tricky. Aida's age is revealed to be 16, and she can only look back into the past till the day she was born. We know that Amado's daughter passed away 12 years ago, which means Aida was technically modified by the scientists in these 12 years. She could have been easily able to look back to the time when she and her brother were being modified by Amado to find out everything he is hiding. However, she chose not to do so. Now either Aida is too dumb to think of this, or chances are Amado is hiding some things from Konoha. A kinda bizarre theory popped in my mind regarding this plot hole. What if Amado did not directly extract Shiba's powers into Aida and Daemon, but he might have done something to their mother before they were even born? The siblings could have been born with these super abilities, explaining why Aida couldn't use her Senringan to know her own past. What she knows about Amado could have been revealed to her by her mother, who must have passed away shortly after giving birth to Daemon. The way Aida was able to confirm the story of Amado's daughter is also a mind-boggling thing, as there is no way she wouldn't have been able to know everything about Amado with the help of her Senringan. The backstory of the siblings might reveal a lot more information to fill the missing puzzle pieces. Aida and Daemon are also playing the smart card here, as they not only forbade from unveiling their abilities to Code, but are also reluctant to reveal their cards to Konoha as of now. They are just maintaining their dominance, as Aida's goals are completely different from any of the other characters. Coming back to the chapter, Amado then reveals the true reason explaining why he is after Kawaki's karma, and the speculation that I made over a year ago turned out to be true. He wants to revive his dead daughter. Amado explains how his daughter AKB died by an incurable disease 12 years ago, and instead of researching to find a cure for her illness, he decided to create clones of her in hopes of bringing her back to life. But he failed terribly and realized that he can't play God on anyone. A thing which needs to be noted is that Amado has been into the cloning stuff even before he met Jigen, which means he has truly surpassed the level of technology that the world currently has. Even Katasuki confirmed to Shikamaru that the amount of potential Amado holds could even make the impossible possible, and that's what Shinjutsu does. So could it be that the modification of Aida and Daemon that he revealed to Konoha is just a mere fraction of his ultimate potential? He could be in contact with other Otsutsukis before Jigen, who might have provided Shibai's remains to him, but that's a theory for another time. Shikamaru asking Aida to confirm the story of Amado's daughter shows that how much he is suspicious of this man. After all, he is the same person who tied a bomb around his son's neck. There is no way he will trust him. Further in the chapter, Momoshiki contacts Boruto in order to warn him against the scheme of Amado that could directly or indirectly harm him. Momoshiki telling Boruto that there is no such divine power which attracts people makes it clear that Amado is hiding something, or I should say a lot of things, as we still don't know how he obtained the remains of the Otsutsuki god, who apparently is not present in this universe anymore. According to the scientist, his daughter shall be revived when Kawaki implants the karma onto some other vessel, as the scientist has modified this divine weapon with the DNA of his daughter. If Kawaki puts his karma onto some other being, it will most likely be his own vessel, or in the worst case scenario, it could even revive Ishiki. If what Amado is saying is true, then he will most likely ask him to put his karma onto the clone of his daughter, so that the resurrection seal could bring her back to life. What I think is that the revival of daughter could be just a decoy, and Amado's true plan could be to revive some other Otsutsuki. It's highly plausible, cause if he's able to mutate the weapon karma with the DNA of some other Otsutsuki, or maybe even the Otsutsuki god, then chances are that being could even come back to life. Could it be that Amado is working for some other celestial being? Hit the notification bell to not miss this theory. It seems like both Boruto and Momoshiki are becoming allies in their goal of achieving separation from each other. Momoshiki doesn't want to pose harm to his vessel, that's why he told him to stay away from Kawaki. In addition to all this, the most engrossing part of this chapter that even made the manga trend on Twitter is the glimpse of future that Momoshiki made Boruto witness. The demon has appeared many times to remind Boruto that his destiny is filled with grief and sorrows. This time Boruto awakened the future vision himself to foresee his own future. Somebody has escaped from the village, and the Konoha Jonins are trying their best to not let him escape. Team 10 is probably against this person, and Shikadai even tells him that he ain't their friend anymore. Sarada and Mitsuki have found him, and Mitsuki with his sage mode is about to teach this traitor a lesson, keeping in mind that he had already confessed that if Boruto is hurt by anyone, he doesn't know what he will do to that person. Finally, we get a glimpse of Kawaki with a blood stain on his face. Well, all of these hints suggest Kawaki being the one who has went all out in the glimpse of future, but there is even a chance that it could be Boruto, because the entire scenario is being seen from Boruto's viewpoint, and Momoshiki has also predicted him losing everything. Well, what I think is that this scenario that Boruto was being shown is when Momoshiki will possess him in the future, but we know for sure that this time he won't be coming until and unless Boruto loses everything and wishes to die. So what could have happened to Boruto that he let Momoshiki take over in order to go rogue? Well, the answer is an irreversible tragedy. If it's actually Boruto against Team 7 in the flash forward sequence, then it seems like he has already been traumatized so much by some tragic event which led to him losing the will to live. This explains why Momoshiki took him over and why Kawaki could have killed him again. It could be the death of a really close one that made him lose all the hope and sanity, granting Momoshiki a chance to take over. The Blue Eyes prophecy also gets fulfilled, as everything is happening in front of his eyes that have the power to show him the future and traumatize him so much that he loses the will to live. Chances are Boruto's dark fate is just a paradox set by Momoshiki to achieve his goals. I will cover this theory in a future video, so subscribe to not miss it. Also check out this video to to solve the mystery of Boruto's time skip outfit.